Hi guys, in the current cost of living crisis, getting the most out of your vehicle is even more important, especially with an electric vehicle. So we're here today at Kia HQ to see if we can improve how much we can get out of the Kia Niro EV. The plan of action is to go out in the Kia Niro EV and just drive like normal, which could be really hard because we'll have an eco coach sat next to us. We'll come back, review our driving and see if there's any tips and tricks we can use for ourselves and the car to get it a little bit more efficient. Then we'll go back out and see the difference. The Kia Niro EV4 has a 64.8 kilowatt hour battery, approximately 285 mile range and a host of features for the safety, comfort and economy. So all figures set to 0 and it's time to head out for the first drive, normally.
So it's about 11 miles the journey that we're doing. We're going to go on the A3 as well. I don't know if you know this area at all.
No, not at all.
I don't.
You always feel more aware when you've got someone in the car you know is watching you driving.
I'm not watching you. Honest to God, I'm not judging. I'm not here to judge. I'm not a driving instructor. But it's just bringing in some of the tools that will make it a little bit better for us as well.
We made our way around the 11-mile route mixing town and dual carriageway. Now, we got 2.7 miles per kilowatt and used 13 miles of range. So how can we now improve?
To be economical with an electric car doesn't mean you have to drive it like Miss Daisy, but you've got tools in the car to help you.
Yeah.
And it's the same with an electric car. These systems are there to help you in terms of economy, but it's still down to the driver.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what you use. If you've got a heavy right foot, you're not going to be super economical with it. So where you've got 1, 2 and 3, and then you've got I-pedal,
Yeah.
what you can do is pull and hold the left pedal,
Okay.
and that's like one pedal driving. So there's lots of things that you can do, but the other big thing is, as we said, it's the driver, it's you. So a bit of foresight. What a couple of the people yesterday found was, if you drive with foresight and you use that bit of lift and coast, when you're arriving at a roundabout, instead of having to stop, you can potentially keep moving.
Yeah,
and
my biggest pet peeve.
Yeah, every time you stop, you've got to build that momentum up again, which uses energy. We'll put some of this into practice. Hopefully it works for us, but I'm pretty sure it will. The cost, we touched on this in the car, didn't we? When people say, oh, well, you know, they're too expensive to run now. Yeah, electricity's gone up, but they're still more cost effective than petrol.
Now we have some tips and tricks for myself and the car. Let's head back out and see how much energy we can actually save.
So we've got our drive modes that we talked about first and foremost, and when we did the first drive, you just kept it in the normal mode, which most people will probably have on a regular car.
Yeah.
But this time, if you just press the drive mode, you'll see it change there, and it goes to sport and we'll go to eco.
Yeah.
So straight away you can see just the difference between normal and eco because of the way it controls the throttle and power delivery. We've gone from 199 miles of range left to 205.
Okay.
So it's added 6 miles just because you've gone to eco mode before we've even driven it. So you can see this at 0 here.
Yeah.
We're at level 1 at the moment. So if you pull the left paddle.
Left paddle.
Yeah. See the arrow going up?
That's 2.
So level 2.
Yep.
Level 3 is max. If you pull it again, we're in I-pedal now.
Yeah.
So basically you can drive it without using the brakes. You squeeze the throttle, you go, you come off the throttle, it stops. Like a milk float used to be. Okay. If you pull it the right paddle, it goes down through the levels. Now if you go all the way down to 1,
Yep.
do you remember I said you can actually drive it by just pulling and holding the left paddle without touching the brakes?
Yeah.
So if you just pull and hold the left paddle, see how it goes all the way up to max?
Yep.
And that's taking you to maximum regen.
The car is in the most eco-saving modes, so with some new tricks to try, let's head out and do the same route again. See what you mean with it holding back a little bit?
Feel good in the throttle down a little bit, can't you? And I don't know your experiences, but if you spent any time with an electric car, you almost play the range game. You try and get as much out of it as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And it does change people's driving habits. It does change the way you drive. We drive with foresight anyway. You look up the road, you know, it's stuff that we learned in different environments. Not everyone does that.
Yeah. A lot of people drive in front of their bonnets, don't they?
How many people do you see put the seat right up close so they can see there? No, you're looking there, you know.
Way too often.
Yeah. The thing you can do now is we know there's a junction coming up, and instead of going up to the junction on throttle. And again, it's gauging it, because when it's your car, you'll feel the stopping distances, but you can get a lot closer to the junction, read it, and potentially not have to stop.
Yeah.
So we're going left at the junction, so I'd be lifting now, let the car do its thing. That feel?
But I didn't really feel any quicker or any slower,
No.
to be fair. Back at HQ, so was there any differences?
So 10.6 miles, exactly the same. 30 minutes, exactly the same.
Yeah.
Last time you did 2.7, you're up to 3.6. So 3.6. Last time we used 13 miles.
Yeah.
This time we've used 10.
Quite happy with that.
Yeah. So if you're saving on an 11-mile trip, if you're saving that 3 miles and you do that twice a day, that's 6 miles.
Yeah.
At the end of a 5-day week, that's 30 miles.
Yeah.
And if you put some cost to that, it doesn't sound a lot, but accumulative
adds up.
over a month, it
Yeah.
all adds up, and it is purely the tools in the car and the way you approach the drive
Yeah.
as well.
Our final results came in at 3.6 miles per kilowatts, and we only used 10 miles of range, meaning we saved 3 miles per journey and a 0.9 mile per kilowatt improvement. So we've come to the end of our EV efficiency drive for the cost of living crisis, and it goes to show that a little bit can go a long way. So you guys all know the drill. To make my journey your journey, like, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!